So I was involved in the Nedbank digital transformation deal. Nedbank is one of the top 4 banks in South Africa. The scope of work involved a full DC migration onto our Azure platform. It involved full customer engagement modernization on Dynamics 365, and it also involved M365 E5 step up from O365 E3. It's the biggest deal closed by the South African subsidiary, one of the biggest retail banking wins in Middle East Africa, and it represents a partnership between Nedbank and Microsoft in terms of building a platform that they will use to service in excess of 1 billion people in the rest of Africa. So being a finance participant in the deal, I made a difference by participating in the customer negotiations, which involved the contractual negotiations and even the commercial negotiations. I was the custodian of the P&L, and I was giving the team real-time results of how the P&L looked as we modeled through the customer negotiations and incorporated the concessions requested by the customer. So the impact from a finance point of view was ensuring that the corporation maintains the return on investment targets that were set, and also making sure that the customer got the concessions that they wanted. So the deal in essence made sense both for Microsoft and for the end customer without any compromisation on both sides.
I've been asked to say a few words about the deal I worked on with the National Health Service, the NHS in the UK this fiscal. It was a circa $200 million deal across, for Windows E5 across the 1 million devices of the NHS estate. This is a public sector customer, state funded, taxpayers' money, etc. The deal came about basically because a ransomware attack hit them pretty hard, and it really showed how out of date and insecure their systems were. This is the start of hopefully a long journey for Microsoft to help build a good IT infrastructure for the NHS, with the NHS. I've worked on the deal for basically a year before the deal closed in April. The value I added, according to the sales team, was really around being able to do scenario models to help the teams make decisions, to frame conversations and frame decisions in ways that made sense to the customer and to the sales team. I was able to challenge the sales directors down to the sales people themselves to make sure that they were doing the right thing for the customer and the right thing for us long term. By using the tools that were in the BARD framework, allowed me basically to start these models, get in the conversations, and then build and build and build on them, so that I can continue to kind of challenge the team and be part of the team that were making the decisions, which is fantastic.
So Candy is for sure not a known customer for most of you, but it's a big one for Denmark. They are having $1 billion revenue, 900 employees, and they serve through their application all the cities in the countries and around 1.5 million of citizens daily. So their main challenges was the time to market and how to migrate their application to Azure. We knew it was strategic for us because they could really help us to break into the public sector and with Azure. At the same time, they were changing ownership, so they used to be state-owned and they were at this moment private equity-owned, which has its own implication from a lot of aspects. They were rated B from a credit risk. They were having a bad debt coverage ratio. And they were basically telling us, we have no cash for you, Microsoft, in 2018. Yet, the account team really wanted to close the deal with them because we wanted to be sure they are running Azure. So that's where I leveraged the deal economics and the BARD initiatives. I realized quickly that the traditional concession, ECF, discount were not what could help us, but we had to figure out something a bit more creative. I decided as well to meet the VP of accounting to really understand from their books what they were in need of. And actually I realized quickly that offering them a loan through Microsoft financing was not what they wanted and was not helping them. I asked Gary to come and visit me, and we went together to meet the group CFO and listen to him and actually try to understand from his standpoint what was his challenges. We came with an offering, which is a very much of a deal structure, with no down payment on the beginning of 2018 and a ramped payment starting 2019. Net, we managed to sign a deal of $10 million, $6 million multi-year commit and $4 million commit to consume. It shows that meeting CFOs to CFOs can really help to move forward, even on cases where it seems that the customer has really no cash for you. And of course, bringing people like Gary to the visit makes it even a better one. So thank you very much for listening.